Welcome back, everyone, to the HNL Movement podcast. Today, I have a very special person, a great guest to talk to. It's my former program director out of the graduate athletic training program at UH, and I would like to welcome Kaori Tamura, Dr. Kaori Tamura, to the podcast. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
This is going to be a great one. One, because yes, we know each other pretty well over the years, and you've helped me tremendously, not only in my second year of grad school, but even beyond that through my career. But we don't really get to sit down and talk about your story or your journey. And you have a lot of great experience that I'm aware of, but I don't know all of the details of how you ended up, where you are today. So let's start with all the guest interviews. Let's just start with your story growing up.
Growing up.
You grew up in Japan.
Yeah.
So anything that you want to share about that, what was your lifestyle like, sports, what types of sports did you participate in? What was it like growing up in Japan?
Okay. So let me start by saying that my elementary school was 1 hour walk away.
Wow.
Yeah. So I grew up in a super countryside, and the elementary school, we walk 1 hour, first grade. We're not allowed to catch a ride, so we all had to walk. And that's one way, right? So there's 2 hour commuting just by walking. This little guy's walking, right? So that's where I grew up, in Saitama, Japan. And the only time we're allowed to catch a ride was when we were injured or sick or, for whatever reason. But in the morning, the neighbor kids, we get together, the first grade to sixth grade, and then the first grader, whoever that is within the neighborhood, will walk at the front, and then we'll make one line, and then either another sixth grader or the fifth grader, the second oldest kid, would be all the way at the back and make sure that everybody's in line, and we just walk like that to school.
Okay, first, to clear this up, so is that the closest elementary school to where you live?
Actually, so I lived in a borderline, so there was a closer school, but then we're not allowed to cross the border because it's a public school system. Yeah.
So every single day, your whole elementary school career, you walked 1 hour to school and 1 hour back.
Yes.
Now, when you say catch a ride, who gives you the ride?
My parents.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
But everyone else, all the kids are walking.
Yes.
Oh, that is crazy. And that's just part of your lifestyle.
Yeah, that's part of the lifestyle.
Okay, now in today's time, 2021, right? Is it still safe for people in that area to do that?
Yeah, where I'm from is very safe. If an accident happened, it's like a big news in our town. Yeah. So it's still very safe.
So what about winters?
Cold, but we still walked. Yeah, snow, rain, whatever condition.
You were just walking as an elementary school kid. That's good to bring up because it's so interesting to hear. In the US, we pretty much don't walk anywhere, right? If you think about it. And that is it affects the quality of our life or our fitness level greatly, right? But in Japan, even when you go to Japan on vacation, how much walking you're doing, how much movement you're doing. And I've said this before to other guests, but every time I go to Japan, of course this might be the movement geek in me, but I see wow, everyone moves really good. Biomechanically, you're moving good. You squat good, you walk good, all of these things. And I think it's because of all of that movement from a young age, right? So explain a little bit more, what was your lifestyle like? Was fitness or sports, was that a big part of your life growing up?
Yeah, for me, that in itself, walking 2 hours a day for everyone. But I started playing basketball when I was in fifth grade because I was about this height. Okay. I didn't grow.
You didn't grow out of it.
But I was a tall kid, and I was recruited to play basketball. And so I started in fifth grade, sixth grade. So in Japan, it's first to sixth grade. That's elementary school. Yeah. And so that's when I joined the club. Saturday, Sunday was the practice day. So we'll go practice every weekend. And I continued until college playing basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's literally the only sport that I play growing up. The other interesting fact that I want to bring up is in school, we have cleaning hours,
Okay.
45 minutes
Okay.
every day.
Okay.
We clean our own classrooms,
Okay.
bathrooms, yard,
Wow.
all over. Yeah,
The whole class.
the whole class. So we typically, my school, maybe like 30 kids in a class, and we divide 30 students into maybe 5 or 6 groups. And we split, so the group 1 will do the bathroom, group 2 will do
Got
the
it.
hallway, 3 and 4 would do classroom, 5 would do the yard.
And how frequently was this? you
Every
said?
day.
Every day.
Every day.
So you guys were practicing the COVID practices before COVID. We need to do more of that, I think, just clean everything.
Yeah, and
But-
that's how we learn how to clean. Like,
Yeah.
it's really neat, right? First graders, we move all the little desks to one side. We put the chair on top. We move all the desks on one side. Sweep
Yes.
in line. Like, first person go
Yeah.
and make a line of trash, and then the second person will move that line to the next person. So there's like 3 or 4 sweeper,
Yeah.
and we do it systematically. And once it's swept, then we mop. I mean,
Yeah, Mom.
by hand.
Oh, by
yeah,
hand.
not zoking, like a
Yeah.
cloth,
Okay.
and we go hands and knees,
And just-
and we just go like how you see in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, and that too, you have to overlap. So there's
Yeah,
no area that is not
missed or yeah.
yeah.
That is actually really interesting, and it's good to hear because the culture and all of these things instilled at a young age. Because even when you go to Japan, it makes so much sense. It's probably one of the cleanest places that you'll ever be. Not only like indoors, right, but just outdoors.
Yeah.
The other thing is that, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no trash cans, right? You just take your trash and you take it home or take it
Yeah.
back to your hotel or whatever, and you throw it away there.
Yeah.
So, it's just all of these little details, which is what I really love about Japan, makes everything run so much smoother.
Yeah.
But even those kind of things, the cleaning, this is interesting because even just to get into those positions, right? Being squatting down,
Yep.
Kneeling, crawling, all of these things, that really helps you to keep, I think, fit or
Yeah.
keep mobile and,
Yeah.
be able to do these things. And when we
Totally.
don't do these things, obviously we see kind of what happens. A lot of restrictions set in and we kind of lose that mobility that, we're meant to move in those ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really interesting.